long before Google, long before Wikipedia, and over 1,000 years before the very first computer was even built, one man attempted something completely insane. He decided to download the entire sum of human knowledge into a single database. A sudden digital glitch or whoosh sound effect. His name was Isidore. He was the Archbishop of Seville in the 7th century. And today, tech enthusiasts and historians alike call him the patron saint of the internet. But how did a medieval bishop living in a shattered, war-torn Europe lay the conceptual framework for the World Wide Web? Stick around, because this is the story of Saint Isidore of Seville, the ultimate original data architect. To understand Isidore, we have to look at his world. The year is around 560 AD. The Western Roman Empire has collapsed, and Spain is ruled by the Visigoths. Libraries are burning. Schools are closing. Classical knowledge, everything from Greek philosophy to Roman engineering, is evaporating into the Dark Ages. Civilization is suffering from a massive, multi-generational data wipe. Isidore looked around and realized, if someone doesn't back up these files right now, they'll be lost forever. When he became the Archbishop of Seville in the year 600, he turned his diocese into a massive data recovery hub. He invited scholars, gathered every scrap of surviving manuscripts he could find, and set to work. He didn't just want to rule a church. He wanted to save the collective memory of humanity. His magnum opus was a massive 20-volume encyclopedia called the Etymology, or the Etymologies. Think of it as the 7th century Wikipedia. Isidore's philosophy was unique. He believed that if you want to understand a concept, you have to look at the history and the root of the word used to describe it. And he didn't filter anything out. The Etymologies contained serious guides on law, medicine, and the cosmos. But right next to that, he wrote about the anatomy of animals, the origin of games like chess, and even detailed accounts of mythical beasts like basilisks and dog-headed men. If it was a piece of information floating around Europe, Isidore put it in the database. But here's why tech geeks love him: the structure. Isidore didn't just write a long, boring scroll. He organized his work using a highly structured, interconnected indexing system. He used a matrix of cross-references that allowed a reader to jump from a topic in medicine directly to a related topic in botany. Does that sound familiar? It's essentially the earliest physical version of a hyperlink. Isidore's data aggregation didn't stop at words. He also gave the medieval world its visual interface. He popularized what historians call the T&O map. If you look at it, it's highly stylized. Asia is at the top, because that's where the Garden of Eden was believed to be, while Europe and Africa are at the bottom, divided by the Mediterranean Sea. While it wasn't geographically accurate for modern navigation, it was a masterpiece of data visualization for its time. It compressed a massive, complex theological and physical worldview into a simple, easily digestible graphic. For nearly 1,000 years, this was how Europeans visualized the planet. Isidore passed away in 636 AD, but his digital footprint, if you want to call it that, lasted for centuries. His encyclopedia was the most copied textbook of the Middle Ages. Then, in the late 1990s, as the modern internet began to reshape the world, a movement grew within the tech-savvy corners of the Catholic Church. They needed a patron saint for this strange, new frontier called cyberspace. In 2001, Pope John Paul II unofficially designated Saint Isidore of Seville as the patron saint of the internet, computer users, and programmers. The reasoning was perfect. The internet is a vast, messy, beautiful, and sometimes bizarre collection of all human knowledge, cross-linked together so we can navigate it. And that is exactly what Isidore built with a quill and parchment 1,400 years ago. So the next time you browse a Wikipedia rabbit hole at 2 a.m., remember, you're just carrying on his legacy. If you enjoyed this dive into forgotten history, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next story, and leave a like to help the algorithm share Isidore's data with the world. Share this video with your favorite tech geek, and let me know in the comments, do you think he deserves the title? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.